All right, now state and public officers may soon face mandatory licensing requirements to hold harambes if a new law passes in Parliament. The Public Fund Raising Appeals Bill 2024, introduced by Kericho Senator Aaron Cheruiyot, which essentially aims to establish a legal framework for regulating public fundraising appeals for transparency and accountability. So what are some of the contents in this particular bill? Well, the bill says a person shall not conduct a public fundraising appeal unless the person has applied for and obtained a permit in accordance with the provisions of that act. Now, a state officer or an appointed public officer shall not participate in a fundraising appeal or conduct a public fundraising appeal during his or her term as a state officer. The bill also seeks to bar any politician who intends to vie for public office to keep off harambes at least 3 years preceding a general election. And a person who intends to conduct a public fundraising appeal shall submit to the Cabinet Secretary of the respective County Executive Committee member, as the case may be, an application for a permit at least 14 days before the date of the conduct of that fundraising appeal. Furthermore, an individual who receives funds for the benefit of a child as part of a fundraising appeal will need to declare such contributions in their income tax returns as stipulated by the Income Tax Act. Now, the draft law also proposes harsher penalties for those who violate its provisions. According to Section 13, state or appointed public officers found in breach of these regulations could face a fine of up to 5 million shillings, with the offence classified as an election violation. And for non-state and public officers who fail to comply with these regulations, penalties could include a fine of up to 2 million shillings or imprisonment for up to 3 years. Now, this bill's introduction follows President William Ruto's recent ban on public servants attending harambes as part of efforts to combat corruption. And the move came after he dismissed his entire cabinet in response to the protests that we saw in the country demanding for accountability. We know that the Standing Committee on Labour and Social Welfare is expected to submit its report to the Senate. Of course, it's something that we'll be closely following up on as well.